The holly tree was used by Druids who were known for being priests and also wizards. The character of Merlin in the legend of King Arthur was a Druid wizard and he used a wand made of Hollywood. Hollywood movies are forms of sorcery using psychology, subliminal messages, and manifestation through what is called lesser magic and bewitchment. Today, many actors in Hollywood practice witchcraft and Kabbalah. The Kabbalah Center International is located in Los Angeles, California, and many actors and entertainers are members, including Madonna, Demi Moore, Britney Spears, Ashton Kutcher, Rosie O'Donnell, and Mick Jagger. Most of them can be seen in photographs wearing the red string bracelet, which represents the red Gevora Sephiroth of the Kabbalah tree, which symbolizes fire, wrath, and judgment, and this is all related to Mars, despite the cover up. Mars is known as the god of war in Roman mythology, and the red string Kabbalah cult is covertly promoting a war and Holocaust. Mark Breakspear is a Hollywood special effects designer and he comes from the English Breakspear family, which produced the only English pope in history, Pope Adrian IV of Nicholas Breakspear, who also conquered Ireland for Rome. The name Breakspear translates to Roddy Lance in the Italian for the Lancelotti family. Lancelotti or Breakspear is where Lancelot comes from in the King Arthur legend. The Lancelotti family own a palace in Italy with a hedge maze and clock tower. These symbols are used in the Hollywood movie Alice in Wonderland, and mazes or labyrinths are meant to confuse or bewitch the mind. Movies pushed what was acceptable with each passing year, and immorality was blatantly promoted in many films. Today, it has only gotten worse. Movies have depicted every sin imaginable. Beside the blatant perversion displayed in many films, all Hollywood films have the same source. They come from a movie system called Hollywood. Hollywood is a substance used by the Druids of ancient England. Ancient Druids cut branches from holly trees, which they fashioned into magic wands used for casting spells. This spellcasting with magic wands continues to this day in the form of Hollywood movies, as well as in its original form as a wand. It can be proven that nearly all Hollywood movies have subliminal messages, occultic references, and hidden Masonic Illuminati symbolism throughout. Square and compass symbols, all seeing eye symbols, the number 33, the number 666, pentagrams, upside down five pointed stars, satanic symbols, satanic as above, so below symbols, and other symbols occur in numerous scenes throughout most Hollywood movies and TV shows. Some are more blatant, while others are more subtle. One occultic reference is found in the Star Wars movies, May the Force be with you. This phrase is what witches use to greet each other. The late David J. Meyer, who was a former witch who became a Christian, wrote, "This is the oldest con game ever hatched out of hell. As a real witch, I learned about the two sides of the force. Apparently, so do many Christian leaders. When real witches have sabbats and esbats and meet as a coven, they greet each other by saying, 'Blessed be,' and when they part, they say, 'The force be with you.' Both sides of this force are Satan. It is not a good side of the force that overcomes the bad side of the force, but rather it's the blood of Jesus Christ that destroys both supposed sides of the satanic force." Harry Potter. The Lord of the Rings movies are filled with witchcraft. David J. Meyer wrote an article titled, "A Former Witch Looks at the Lord of the Rings." Meyer said that as a former witch, he can spot witchcraft in a moment, and I recognize it well. A former witch, he had practiced astrology, palmistry, and numerology among other devices of the craft. The first thing a neophyte or beginner witch is taught is that there is a force. The force has two sides and can be controlled by magic spells, words, potions, incantations, rope magic, rings, amulets, and so on. Witches also teach that battles are fought in the middle, earth, and in the astral plane, causing upheavals both above and below. Witches emphasize that good must triumph over evil, but it is all witchcraft. The ring of Frodo has an inscription on which is written which is written a message in the witchcraft language of runes. We must remember that these runes are real and are used in the occult. The runes on the ring are interpreted as follows: one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. Deuteronomy 18, 19, 12, 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Revelation 13:16-18. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Why are these symbols and Antichrist themes so prevalent in movies? They are designed for casting spells, just as magic wands were and are used for casting spells. A spell causes a person to be more open to deception or misdirection. Do spells work? Ask a witch. They most certainly do if you give place to them. Giving place to spells can be as easy as watching a movie. Witches call up Witches call up demons by means of demonic symbols and rituals. These evil beings are servants of Satan, the angel who rebelled against God. Their goals are to deceive and to lead people away from the truth and into rebellion against God. Movies, TV shows, rock music, that is another one, video games, false doctrines, false religions, etc., are for the purpose of leading people away from the true God and away from eternal salvation.